Welcome back to Suburban Betty, a lifestyle channel about cosmetics, cleaning and cooking. Today I'm going to do a get ready with me for this Christmas party inspired look. I'm going to be doing both my hair and my makeup, so if you like this look, follow along and see if you can recreate it. And if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and consider subscribing, and I love hearing from people, so if you have a moment, please also leave me a comment. Start off just by cleaning my face, then I'm going to move to primer and foundation. But I just wanted to say, please don't ever feel pressure if you watch my video or in fact anyone else's video to go out and buy the products that they're using. I'm using my favorite products. I'm sure you have your own too, so just mix and match, whatever is close to what I'm using. If you want to recreate this look, use whatever is close from your stash. And yeah, please don't ever feel pressure to go out and buy a product that I'm using. I'm actually using some products here in this video that I've owned for years that aren't even on the market anymore, specifically to make the point that you just really don't need to go out and buy the exact same stuff that I'm using. So I've started off just by using Photo Focus from Wet n Wild after my primer. And I actually use it a bit like concealer because it is a nice medium coverage product. So I find if I put it underneath my eyes and on my eyelid that I get pretty good coverage and lasting power out of it. Photo Focus is also nice to use if you are going to an event because it doesn't sort of have that flashback. Obviously, I've put a lot of sun protection on, so I can't promise that that this look would be completely flashback proof. But yeah, the Photo Focus is a really nice one to use if you don't want that white cast. And then I'm just going to use some bronzer around the perimeter of my face and along my jawline and my cheekbones. I think if you are going out, especially in the evening, it is nice to bronze yourself quite heavily because in low light, you're not going to see bronzer as much as you will during the day. So, if it's a daytime event, maybe use a slightly lighter hand than I did. But in the evening, it's nice to look really warm and glowy, especially for a Christmas party. And I always buff out my bronzer with a bit of loose powder. I'm using Coty Airspun there. And then I'm just going to give my eyes some definition with a gel liner. Okay, so now I'm moving on to an eyeshadow look, and I want to use a color that's as close to my skin tone as possible just to set down the foundation on my eyelid. This is really important for being able to blend the product that you're going to use afterwards smoothly and sort of not to have like weird clumps just stick to areas that are still wet. And then I'm going to be building up sort of dark pigment in the outer, I suppose that would be the outer third corner of my eye. And I'm using a smaller brush for this than sort of a normal crease brush just to try and get some precision. And you just dot this in using tiny, tiny circles and just continually buff small amounts of product in. Have the reindeers reappear. Take my Then I'm going to move on to a more sort of browny rust type color that's going to go onto the inside 2/3 of the crease. And I'm just slowly buffing that in so that it meets that darker color that I've sort of put in that circle on the outer bit of my crease. So you can see there I'm just buffing it all together now because I want the edges to be nice and smooth. Just take your time, blend slowly, and make sure that there aren't bits of dark pigment catching anywhere. Then I'm going back to that dark color and I'm just going to re-emphasize that outer corner because we've buffed it out a little bit with all of our blending, which is great because the outside line is smooth, but sometimes you end up losing that defined dark outer corner look. So I'm just reapplying very, very, very lightly and carefully and slowly. You can build up slowly, but it's hard to remove once it's on. So yeah, take your time and little by little just build it up. And now onto my favorite part. Pick a favorite shade of gold that you have and let's go into the inner corner of the eye. So I'm just taking a really small detailed brush and I'm slowly applying that gold into the inner corner of the lid. then I'm taking this lovely sheeny sparkly purple, and I'm just going to put that between the gold and the darker outer corner. This would also be really pretty in a nice red, like a deep burgundy for Christmas. And then I'm just using a clean crease brush, and I'm just pulling from the inside of the eye where the gold is all the way to the outer corner of the crease, just to blend in a little bit. And then I'm going to use some of that purple color and just pop it onto my lower lash line. Now for blush, I'm going to be using an Old Body Shop bronzer that is sort of pinky red with some gold in it, and I think it's just perfect and warm for the festive season. And I'm just going to pop that very gently onto the apples of my cheeks and just run it up my cheekbone a little bit. And from there I'm moving on to highlighter, and for highlighter you can use any gold or sort of pearly tone for this look. Pop it on sort of the bridge of each cheekbone and then in the corner of your eyes. And then I use MAC Fix Plus just to set everything down, and then I spend quite a bit of time drying it. You do need to dry this quite thoroughly before you put on anything else, especially before you put on mascara. And then I moved to my lip look, and for this I used a satin finish product from Colourpop. And this is a really nice product. It actually sort of dries down something between like a normal moisturizing lip and a liquid lipstick. But it's not drying at all, which is really nice, but it does have staying power throughout the evening. I should have blotted it, I think, after this because it was on quite intensely. I did blot it after the video, so if you do use it, I would recommend blotting. And then I'm just using an NYC eyeliner and just putting on a little bit of a line. And I will wait to put my mascara on till the end just so that the MAC Fix Plus is totally dried. And then I'm going to just do my hair. So I put on some heat protecting spray, and then I just sort of go into it with my curling iron. My hair is quite thick, so it takes a while to curl, but don't worry, I have sped it up for you so that you do not have to live through all of that. Okay, so now I am finishing off the last few bits of hair, and then by this point my eyelashes have likely dried enough from the MAC Fix Plus, so I'm going to go on to some L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This is probably my favorite mascara of the last 2 or 3 years. I really enjoy it, and I'm going to put that on the top and bottom lashes, and I do about 2 coats if I'm going out, just so that I get a sort of really nice wide open lash look. And the last thing that I do is check underneath my eyes for any fallout from eyeshadow or mascara or the eyeliner, and just clear the area up. Sometimes a spoolie can be really useful for this. Just make sure everything's dry and then go over it with some powder. And I'm also just going to clean the lip line up. Obviously with red you sometimes just need to double check it. And then L'Oreal Mythic Oil, I'm just popping 2 or 3 pumps on my hands and then using that to drag through the curls. And this is great because it gives it more of a natural wave look as opposed to sort of like just a, you know, very round, staunch ringlet. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed that video, and I really hope that you like the look and you want to maybe give 1 or 2 elements a try yourself. Always make a look your own, add, your own touch. Maybe you don't like the lip color, maybe you want to change up some of the eye look. Whatever the case may be, always, add your own flair, but I hope that you get some inspiration from this. Have a lovely and safe festive season, and if you did enjoy this, please do give me a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you soon.